Hey guys, how's it going? How are you all? It's been a while since my last vlog. I do apologize for being away so long. But I've really missed you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys have had a lovely summer. You guys been up to much? So, excuse my landlord. He's a bit grumpy today. Where was I? Yeah. It's been ages. Freaking ages, and I've really missed you guys. I hope you guys are doing well, as I say, and yeah, I hope you guys have had a good summer. Summer has just zipped by as usual, very fast, but I gotta say I am super excited for autumn. Autumn is finally here, and I'm super excited. I feel myself awakening as usual. It's almost like I forget every time, but as soon as September comes around, I'm like, so, I'm definitely a goblin girl at heart, yeah. Bring in the darkness, bring in the spookiness, that is where I thrive. And and it's really cool to see that I'm actually not the only one. There's a whole bunch of us, a herd of us, a murder of us, because you know we're more like crows. So there's a murder of us, goblin creatures out there enjoying autumn. Yeah. Sorry, I went on a tangent there. Yeah, I really wanted to say thank you so much for all the wonderful comments on my last vlog. You guys honestly spoil me with the support and just the kindness, man, in the comment section. I mean, I feel I really met some wonderful people from around the world, and I absolutely adore all of you. So I wish I could just give you guys all a hug right now, because it really means the world. Yeah, it does take me a while to get these vlogs up, but I'm not going anywhere, ever. And if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, you're welcome to. I'm a bit more active there, a little bit more frequently, so yeah, if you guys want to connect that way, you're welcome to. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna get into the habit of talking. Cause yeah, it's been a while, and a lot's happened, I would say. I have officially started a new job. It's a temp job, but it's a new job, and it'll see me through for a while until I can get into the ranger biz, which is still in the plans. And it's a factory job. So basically, it's the first factory job I've ever had, and it's a proper like conveyor belt job, and it's a biscuit factory. And actually, the other week, we were packing biscuits that were going to be shipped to America. So anybody living in the States, you're welcome. I packed your biscuits for you. So I hope they arrive safely, and I hope you enjoy them. So you're welcome. But yeah, and it's a really interesting job. The job itself is really grueling. I mean, basically it's a conveyor belt, stickers, put a sticker on, put a sticker on, put a label on, lift boxes, empty box, and it's heavy labor, but I kind of see it as a bit of a workout. So I'm like putting my reps in, you know, work on my traps. You know, these things, I think, yeah, they're called the traps, and then get the little horseshoe, and you know, gotta get all jacked working in the factory. But yeah, but the main thing that I really love working there, I've only been there for a couple of weeks, is the people. They are so nice and so friendly and kind of down to earth. And what strikes me about that place, which I really love, is there's no big egos at the place. And not what I've seen in the short time I've been there, and that's really nice. I feel like we're all kind of just in it together. We're all our backs ache, all our feet ache, but we're just, yeah, there making each other laugh. So that's one big exciting thing here. And yeah, like I said, it's just great to have while I'm, you know, trying to get into the ranger work. So I'm going to take in some online. I'm going to take some online courses, and to just get some, learn a little bit more and get some more qualifications. And I've emailed loads of different sites, parks, and some places not too far from here, And yeah, looking for any apprenticeships going. And unfortunately there aren't any right now, but they said they got back to me and said they'll let me know as soon as, because they know how hard it is to get into the field. So that's really encouraging as well. That it just feels very welcoming, like they're going to try and help you out. The ranger I was walking, or not walking, you know, I was shadowing, well, not helping, you know, I was doing volunteer work. Yeah, I contacted him and he was also really helpful. He gave me some contacts for the colleges that you would go to, and how it works is basically I get an apprenticeship and then they send me to the college to learn more and get the qualifications, and then I can hopefully work full time. I don't know if I'm repeating myself. I don't know if I've told you guys in the last one, but any new followers, yeah, maybe this is new information. I want to be a ranger, forest ranger or country ranger, as well as creating art and animation and side projects like that. Yeah, so work, that's what I've been doing. And yeah, just been trying to enjoy summer. It's actually been quite a nice summer. My family came and visited for a while in the summer, and that was really nice. What's great with having people visit is you get a new appreciation for the place you live. We went for a little adventure in a neighbouring town, and they had this cafe there that was really cute. Felt very Alice in Wonderland-ish with the thatch roof building. And then we went for an adventure walk in the countryside where they have wild horses, which is really cool. And they had little foals as well, which is really cute. And it's just amazing to walk around these wild horses. You're not allowed to touch them, and but you can kind of just walk around them and amongst them, and it's really sweet. And they've got cows as well, so it's a really cute little town where they just have these wild horses and cows running around. And the forest is absolutely beautiful with these beautiful trees as well. Of course, these are my favourite because they're the Ewok trees. And then we went for lunch at a really cute little pub. And they had some steak and ale pie. And then we went to another town with a really old church that's around 1,000 years old. And it's beautiful. It's got really beautiful architecture and beautiful stained glass windows, which is some of my favourite. And there's a legend to this church that there is a miraculous beam the legend goes that the beam was too short when they were going to make this building. So they went home, and then the next day they came back and they saw that the beam was actually put in place, and you can see it here. And yeah, so it was actually able to fit and hold the structure of the church, but they never found out who was the carpenter or architect who fixed it, so that's the legend. I just absolutely love those little legends and tales, and it makes me wonder what tales we'll have from this time in 1,000 years, you know, because that kind of blows my mind. Like, you know, at some point we will have lived 1,000 years ago. I like that. It's kind of cool, you know. And again, I love, like, I know I almost feel like a weirdo, but I almost feel like a little creep. But you know, like when you touch the walls of an old building, I like to imagine like who was the person that put it there, who built this and was like, right, the last block or whatever, you know. And then I'm here like, and we're like connected in a way, you know. I think that's where I get the butterflies from. It's like that sense of connection to people. There's so many stories, like with it so old, there's like so many, you know, stories and lives that have passed by. I mean, can you imagine when this was in construction and people were like, oh wow, I wonder what this is going to look like when it's done. And then we're here to enjoy it. And I just think it's really cool, and I absolutely love it, and I want to see more. I just love the details that goes into all these old buildings. Like, every corner has some kind of detail on it. Like this little creature. I bet whoever made it is really proud. I bet he couldn't wait for his family to come around. Like, oh, that's well good, Simon. Hey Siobhan, come and check out this dog that Solomon made. Also, here in the summer, they usually have this air show, which I always look forward to because they have all the airplanes and helicopters on show for everyone to see, and I always think that's really cool. And they also have like tanks and especially like for the military, I guess, to show off their stuff. Experience preferred but not required.
So averagely, living at age over 329 of these remains attacked by reconnaissance. Very good robust aircraft. Also familiar in the whole range of Swiss aircraft. Great short runway performance.
It's a lot of fun as well. They make a real party out of it with rides and food stalls, and yeah, it's just a fun day out, and I love going to things like that. I don't go on that ride though because I'm a little scared of heights. I don't really trust it, but it's a lot of fun, and yeah, and it's really cool to just see all the planes and helicopters. I think the Spitfire might be my favourite. They usually play like old-timey music to it, and that's really cool, and it looks really impressive too. It's always a hoot, and I love it. And I got to try, for the first time, finally, one of those go-kart things. I've never done it before, and yeah, and I got to try it this time, and it was so much fun. Yeah, I got to be a bit fast and furious. Oh, speaking of, I got to ride my first convertible the other day. I've never sat in a convertible car. I've always wanted to, because you know, you see it in the movies and it looks really cool. And man, it was weird. I felt kind of exposed. I was like, felt a bit weird. Like when the roof came off, I just sat there like, oh, hey everyone. Hello. Luckily it wasn't raining, so it was right. And I felt like such a, I don't know, a princess. Or I just felt like such a movie star sitting there in a convertible, like, you know. I want to scream like, get out, losers, we're going shopping. Would love to maybe have one day. I don't know. I don't know much about cars, so I wouldn't know. The only thing I know is if it has a pretty color, and yeah, if it has a roof or not. And I think, I don't know, do you guys remember Pimp My Ride on MTV? I used to love watching that show, and I remember there was one convertible there that I still think of to this day because it was so pretty. I think it was a Mustang 1967, I want to say. It was an old one. It was around that time, I just remember them saying, and they made it a really nice turquoise color. And it was so beautiful, and it had a DVD player in there, so you know it was lit. But yeah, one day maybe I'll have one of those, you know, when I'm like 60 or 70, and I'll yeah. So that's what I've been doing, and I've been having a great time, and I feel like I've got some really lovely people around me at the moment, and I feel my heart fluttering more and more. And as they, I don't know how to explain, but yeah, I feel I feel a change. Like in my last vlog as well, I said I was going through a wobbly time, and over the summer I was still kind of going through a wobbly time, feeling a bit down and a bit lost. I don't want to say these things and put this like in your lap as you're watching this. I'm fine and I will be fine. But I just thought I'd share in case anybody else feels the same way, maybe or experiencing similar. But yeah, I was feeling like quite down, a bit lost what to do next, and what the next step is going to be, because for the longest I've been like, oh, I'm gonna have my career in animation, I'm gonna get it. And then when I lost the job, I was like, oh, what do I do? And will I ever be able to afford the life I had envisioned, you know? The kitchen, the big kitchen, from Practical Magic, the house, the garden, the herbs, the everything, and you know, maybe, I don't know, potentially the little family, maybe. I don't know, you know, it's out of my hands. But but I don't know what's happened, but I think I'm definitely coming out of it, and I'm feeling like my old self again. And when I say old self, I mean the old self I feel like I haven't seen in many, many years. Because, I don't know, I feel like almost for the past 10 years, it's been a grind. It's been a bit of a grind, and it's almost like it's kind of snuck up on me, like I didn't realize that I was not doing pretty good. It could have looked good on paper, but I was having a hard time, and I feel like I'm finally starting to, where I'm going with this is, like, I feel like I'm starting to feel, I'm able to get dopamine again. You know, where your heart feels a bit lighter, genuine lighter, because I've had plenty of times where I've had a laugh and I feel like, oh, it has been a good day, but I've always felt this sort of heaviness in my heart. But I feel it's definitely turning and it's getting lighter, finally. And yeah, and again, I don't want to put this in you guys' lap and be like, poor me. It's more to say it's anybody else going through the same. If you're going through a hard time or anything, like, I can kind of understand. Or like, even if, because that's the thing, you might not even be going through a hard time, you're just still not feeling quite right. And that's where I'm at now. I feel like my heart's beating just a little extra when I'm having a good time. I am feeling the levity of it, and I'm almost getting a bit dizzy because it's like I'm not used to the dopamine hits, so I'm a bit of a dopamine lightweight at the moment, so I almost have to like sit down if I'm getting a bit too happy. And and it feels pretty good, so it just so it feels pretty exciting. I kind of keep thinking of this phrase, you know, the fake it till you make it. I feel like what's kind of helped me through this is to believe it until you feel it. Believe it until you feel it. Believe that, you know, good days are coming, and the weight on your shoulders will lift eventually, no matter how long it takes. Because I swear, like, I feel like for the past 10 years almost, and that sounds terrible to say, but I feel like for the past maybe 13 years, it's been tough, and I've felt a weight on my shoulders, and I feel like it's almost lifting a little bit. I feel very grateful for that. I feel grateful, and part of me almost feels sad sometimes when I feel happy, because then I think of anybody who might not be quite there yet, and I just wish I could just give them a hug, because I know how tough it can feel. And I think what helps really is connections with others, because I think main thing why I've maybe felt a bit, why I feel like it's been quite tough, is I've been moving around so much, and you're not really part of a community when you move away from home. And that's the thing, I feel like maybe if you don't experience the same, you can't quite understand really how tough that can and lonely that can be. Because I moved to England from Sweden by myself to study animation, to try and like just, my drive was to always try and put myself in situations where there would be opportunities, where there's a bigger chance I would meet the people I need to meet, and where I could be where the jobs are, basically. And yeah, it can be quite tough. So I don't know if anybody's out there who's just moved away from home to a different country and you're going through it, I completely understand. And can I just say, it does get better. And don't let me scare you with the whole, oh, it took me 10 years to... It probably won't take as long for you, but if you feel that it's been years and I'll never feel happy again, and maybe it's... No, it will get better. Like, believe it until you feel it. Honestly, because sometimes these things just do take time. And don't put yourself down if you are feeling like, oh, I should be better, because it's tough, man. It's hard to get into the social, and sometimes you just meet the wrong people as well. You're unlucky. I was, definitely. I met the wrong people for me. I don't want to make it sound like they were bad and that's why they were wrong. It's just, when you just don't fit and it just doesn't go well. And I'm going off on another tangent again, but I just feel like I just wanted to share my life a little bit, but I don't want to make it sound too depressing for you guys. Just want to share any wisdom. But yeah, I don't know if I should maybe tell you guys a little bit about my journey. So okay, I tried to write a script for a little bit key points what I want to talk about, but I'm kind of ad-libbing a little bit. But yeah, I thought I'd tell you guys a little bit my journey. So, living in Sweden, I was working as a cleaner in a hospital, and yeah, it was alright, it was fine, but I definitely wanted more, I wanted to work in animation somehow, and I wanted to meet other like-minded people, because that's the thing, when I was working as a cleaner, it was hard to meet other people who were interested in the same things as me. Nobody watched cartoons. Oh, have you seen this? And they're like, no. It just wasn't the same. So I was desperate to meet other people who were similar, so I thought, at university, that's probably the way to go. So I tried to get into any university. I tried Scotland, because I thought, it'd be cool to maybe go back to Scotland, where I was born, the fatherland or motherland, because my dad was Scottish. Yeah, but I'll be honest, and to any fellow artists out there watching, maybe, I gotta admit my portfolio wasn't that good. It wasn't outstanding, so I didn't really get into it. It took me a couple of years to, get in, but the only reason I probably got in is because I signed up and I sent my portfolio as usual, but I knew that I needed to do something. I needed to stand out somehow and really try and convince them to let me into the uni. So I emailed the head of the animation department in London and basically said, hey, can we have a meeting and I can maybe show you my portfolio and tell you why I like animation and why I want to get into animation. And the lady agreed, and I booked a ticket, flew over, and she didn't show up. I looked for everywhere, and she just didn't show up, so I had to fly back to Sweden. And then I got an email from her, and she said, oh, sorry, I wasn't able to make it. I sent you an email, but I guess you didn't get the email. I'm like, no, I didn't get the email. But, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I emailed her again. I said, could we rebook? And so I rebooked, but I felt, alright, I'm getting a vibe here. So I'm gonna stay a little extra, a couple of extra days, just in case she doesn't show up on the first day again. Lesson learned. I'm on to you, I said to myself. And so yeah, basically I did go, and sure enough, she didn't show up for the first day. So I don't know what was going on, but I just felt like, it's fine. So yeah, I believe I stayed, and then it was the weekend, so the uni was closed. And then on a Monday, I went and hunted her down. I was like, "You, hey, how you doing?" You know. And so yeah, I showed her my portfolio, and I said, "Look, I want to learn. I really want this. I have a passion for it. I have so many ideas. I have so many things I want to do, and I love cartoons. So please." And yeah, so I got in. I like to think that that was probably a contributing factor to getting into uni. Finally, at the tender age of, I believe I was 26, so I was a mature student. And I was very lucky as well, because I got in 2011, and the term after that is when they tripled the tuition fee. So I was like, oh, thank you. But yeah, and it was fine. I lived in Brick Lane, which is amazing, which is where I got the love for London. I still love visiting London. It's absolutely amazing. And East Central London, to me, is the best, because you got everything there. You got Jack the Ripper was there, which is pretty cool, and all the other stuff. Lots of old buildings. Feels like everything happened there. You got Shored. If you want to check out a vlog I did like last year, I showed around London, spoke a little bit about it. I think you can check it out, one of my videos. Anyway, yeah, so I finally got in, but you know, I was there for a term or two, but it wasn't the best, you know. Unfortunately, and even the teacher was leaving and said, "I think you guys should leave too." And they're like, "Oh, swell." But I had a classmate who was actually really helpful, because he could see that I was really passionate about animation and I really wanted more. So he gave me some advice and on another uni that might be better. So I applied for that, and I got in. But this uni was a few hours away in a smaller town in Surrey. So I had to look for a moving van, and I packed all my stuff in plastic bags. Just a bunch of whole plastic bags, and I just threw it in the moving van, and then it was me and the moving van dude, and we just, you know, drove all the way to Farnham in Surrey, which is a couple of hours away from London, and it was a bit better there. It was nice there. I met some really nice people there, and yeah, I had some good times, and yeah, so it was a lot better than the one in London, at least. So yeah, so I ended up going 4 years at uni learning animation. But yeah, it got a bit tough towards the end there, because my dad got a bit ill, so that kind of, yeah, I think that's kind of where it started to get a bit stressful. He tried to stay with me for a bit, so I would like sleep on the sofa and try and look after him. And you know, dads, or I don't know if your dad was the same, but he just didn't really look after himself very well. He basically lived off of digestive biscuits. So I remember being obsessed, like when I was cooking for him, I'd be like, okay, we got greens, beans, tomatoes, just trying to get all the food groups in there to make sure he eats it. And yeah, so that was pretty stressful, but yeah, I managed to finish uni, and the ceremony, I quite appreciate that they do that. They make such a show of it. They had they had their little hats on, and I had my little hat on, my cape, you know, feeling like Harry Potter with my little dun-dun-dun. But can I be honest? I was sitting there bragging that I finished Ocarina of Time at the graduation. I was like, yeah, this is great, but do you know I finished Ocarina of Time? Have you played Ocarina of Time? Isn't it the best? It's so cozy. I think my favorite part is when they're in the tree. I forget the tree, but I would sometimes just leave the character there so I could listen to the music. Anyway, oh, and after I played it, I made this little, you know, it looks really cool. And the bead in the sunlight, when it catches it, it shines blue, so it looks like it glows in the dark. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, then I graduated in 2015, and I thought, all right, where do I want to live now? And I thought, oh, maybe Scotland. Maybe. But yeah, didn't quite work out. And then I thought, oh, maybe London. I moved back there, but then I thought, nah, it's a bit busy and it's a bit crazy and a bit expensive. So then I thought, oh, you know what? Where would I like a quality of life? Basically, that was my first thought. I was like, you know what? Job is going to have to come second. I want to have a good life. I'm always trying to make decisions to just have a good quality of life. It's always like my go-to. I try to do the best because I really want to be the best for myself so that I can be the best for others. You know, because if I'm good, then I know I am good for others. If that makes any sense? Because I want to be a person of service for the people I care about and for the people I love, so that I can be strong for others, if that makes any sense. So yeah, and also I always took pride in moving around in England so that my family could visit the places as well. Because that was really cool in Farnham as well, because my dad went to the military in Aldershot, which is close by there. So I remember going to the museums there with my dad, and it was just really nice. So I felt this pride doing that, and also, and honest, I felt a little bit pride that I was kind of following my dad's footsteps a little bit, because he was always moving around and he had all these crazy stories of him moving around and being a bit of a dude, you know, just on the road. I mean, he'd done so many things, you know, so I kind of felt this, like, because my dad unfortunately wasn't around much when I was a kid. Like, he was in the beginning, but like, I mean, I'll say this, like, my parents got divorced when I was 12, and I unfortunately didn't really notice much of a difference, if I'm honest. And I don't say that to be mean, I just say that as, yeah, it's just the way it was. I mean, I knew my dad cared, but you know, he just wasn't around very much. So growing up, I idealized him a lot. I would big him up in my mind, and he was like this, well, like, I really want to be like him, I want to be cool. I tried so hard to be a tomboy when I was a kid. I tried so hard, but I'm not, unfortunately. I wanted to be a cool girl, but hey, I'm a cool girl. I went like 2 years without seeing my dad at one point, because I think he was off being a cowboy in Iowa or someplace, or wherever there are cowboys. Iowa? I don't know, it just comes to mind. This is freaking cool. That's really cool. I gotta be honest. That's really, I mean, good for him, and he made the most out of life. But yeah, and oh, we actually got like these bracelets because they were like silversmithers or something. So that's really cool. They're really tiny now though, so I can't really, because I've got kind of like Popeye forearms. I don't have the slender wrists. I'm a bit built like Popeye in that sense, so they don't really fit. They might fit around my finger, but still a little momentum. Anyway, so yeah, I felt this like I really wanted to be like that, you know. My mom's awesome as well. I want to give her a shout out as well. I don't want to like make this too much. But yeah, and unfortunately, like, when everything I sorted here to move to Bournemouth, I've never been here to Bournemouth before. I just heard, oh, all right, they got a beach. Is it sandy? I asked. So yeah, I was like, all right, beach with sand, right? All right, cool. I just basically looked for rooms to rent, and I went here and looked at the room, and I moved here. and the landlord seemed nice, and yeah, it's been interesting, to say the least. Yeah, I was all set, and I was excited, and part of me was like, cool, I'm gonna show my dad around, and I'm gonna show my mom around, and I'm gonna provide them with a new holiday location in Britain. Like, my dad can come and visit, and then he can get better, and I think the fresh air, and I don't know, the pine trees. Apparently that was big in Victorian England. Pine tree air. It's good for stuff. I don't know. And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna provide. This is what I'm gonna do for my family. But unfortunately, he passed away like 2 weeks before I moved here, and it was a bit of a surprise because I thought he was getting better, but you know, unfortunately not. I will say that I don't see my family very often. I never see my family up in Scotland, but they really pulled through. When times are tough, I feel very proud of coming from a family that will step up, who are good people. You know, I'm very proud to say. Also, my Swedish side, we don't keep in touch very often. You know, we don't see each other very often. But I know if something was to come up, we'd be like, all right, how are we handling this? But yeah, so they really helped us out because, yeah, it's weird. You just do not know what to do. There's so much to arrange, so much to organize, and at the same time, you're like grieving, I guess. And so what me and my sister do is my sister comes over, and then we take the bus up to Scotland, which my aunt thought was really funny because that's exactly what my dad would have done to save a couple of quid. So we got the bus up, and yeah, and then we attend it's like a real term, but and then we attend the funeral, and it is so bizarre. Honestly, I can't. It's just like, it is quite the experience. It's nothing prepares you for it, really. And it's funny, I'm sitting there upset, but trying not to make a scene. Because let's not go overboard here. Like, it's only my dad in the box over there. But what kind of almost made it funny is the pastor, or it wasn't quite a pastor, but the guy who was talking and giving the eulogy and all that. I don't know, he did not do his homework because he got my mum's name wrong and his birthday wrong. So we're sitting there like, but yeah, got all that done, and yeah, that was bizarre. That was weird, and it felt so. All right, gotta get this done. All right, let's go there. Let's go check out there, and we gotta close his bank. We gotta close his other bank account, and all right, we gotta check through his stuff, and then I went back down to Farnham, packed my bags, grabbed my backpack rather, and moved to Bournemouth. And I just remember when I got here, I stood at the beach, and it was this beautiful beach, beautiful day, and I felt like I'd been through battle. And it took me a long time to kind of feel at home here, because I'll be honest, when I first moved here, I just didn't feel at home. I felt weird. And yeah, the place I lived in was nice, but it was damp, crazy damp, and I was sick all the time, and there were slugs coming into my room. I'd wake up and I'd see snail trails all over my desk, and and one time I caught one halfway across my room going, "Oi, what are you doing? Get out of here." and I try to escort them out. Yeah, and like I say, I had no plan when I moved here. I didn't have a job lined up or anything, so I just applied for a job, and I got a job in a call center, and it did not go well because I love talking to people, so they said I had great customer service, but I wasn't making any sales because I don't want to push that on anyone. So I got a couple of jobs like that, and I got fired from every single one. So that was pretty tough. But then one day I found, as I was looking for jobs, I found this studio in this town, and they were looking for like an assistant or something. And I had a look at the website and saw that they have some animation, so I thought, oh, who knows, maybe they could, maybe I could say hello. That's the thing, my plan is always trying to network, Sometimes it really isn't what you know, it's who you know. So I took a chance, and they said, well, we can't have you poking around here, but you can come in for our help out scheme or something, where you kind of go in and help out for a couple of weeks for free. And I did that, and it went really well, and they liked my work, and I ended up being the art director of the animation they were doing when I was there, so they kind of kept me on. Couldn't hire me straight away, so I had to take some part-time work working at an after-school club. But then, and the job didn't pay very well, so it was tough to get by. And then when I finally did, I'm embarrassed to say, after 5 years or so, I finally got a little bump in the pay, and I was able to breathe a little easier. But then, unfortunately, they weren't able to afford to keep me after. But there were amazing experiences through that job. I got to do a pretty cool project called Chin Up, and it was their idea. I don't want to take credit for that, and it's about me as well. It's a little short animation we made about my journey growing up with a disability, and pursuing my dream, working in animation. And I decided to call it Chin Up because I thought it'd be really funny, because I have a very small chin. And it's small, but I keep it up all the time, every time. You have a deck of cards, you gotta play them. Go fish. And that was an amazing experience. I mean, I got to go to a couple of animation festivals. One in France called Annecy. Don't know if you've heard of it, but that was pretty cool. And amazingly enough, I actually got to go to Sharjah for a children's film festival there. And Sharjah is pretty close to Dubai, so I actually got to go to Dubai. And I can't believe it, I was paid not much, but there I am partying in Dubai. I celebrated my 35th birthday in the desert in Dubai. But that was an amazing experience, I have to say. I got to stand on one of those podiums. That's the thing. For someone, I don't like talking in front of people, but I found myself talking in front of people a fair bit. But that was pretty cool. I got to stand there and give a little speech about what I like about this industry, and there was this audience, and His Majesty, I believe he called, was there, and that was pretty cool. It was really embarrassing though, because I was sitting in the back, I had my little speech ready, and then when they said, welcome Joanne, and then I tried to run up, but I got lost in the audience, so I couldn't find my way up the stage, so I had to be I'll be right there, hang on. And then I found a route, I got up, and then I went back, and I thought, all right, remember where the route is to get up. And then when they called my name again, because we were going to receive some award, I went that way, but then there were loads of photographers there in the way, so I had to find another way. So I was just like, oh my gosh. But I met some amazing people there, and yeah, that's a memory for sure. Gosh, I am talking for ages. I do hope the quality isn't too bad. I'm saving up to get a camera, which hopefully would be a bit better quality. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, but then when I started this YouTube channel, that's pretty much when I stopped working there, and yeah, it was weird. After 7 years in one place, to then kind of again figure out the next step, and feel like I'm turning a new leaf, and I'm feeling pretty excited. I'm very optimistic, and not too bothered about the fact that I don't have a steady plan anymore, because before I was very, I want to have this, and I want to get this sorted, and I want to have that. Now I feel like, you know what, instead of it being an oblivion, like, oh gosh, I don't know what's going to happen, I feel like all the deadlines and all the expectations and all the, you know, it's tearing down. I can now see ahead, and instead of oblivion, it's possibilities now. You know, because that's life, man. It's not hopelessness. It's possibilities. You know, you just don't know what's around the corner, and you know, that's pretty exciting too. And I like to leave myself open to whatever comes. You know, I mean, of course you gotta work hard to make sure it's not bad things. Like, I mean, no avoiding that completely, but still want to, like, yeah, I'm pretty excited, and I'm just taking it one step at a time. So one small goal, pretty big goals, but I want to get my goals now are not like in 10. It's okay. I want to get a driver's license. I want to get a motorcycle license, and oh, it's so cool at this job as well. There's a guy. He's building a motorcycle from scratch, and that's pretty cool. So I'm like going and talking to him, trying to learn a little bit and look at his motorcycle and being like, ooh, that is. But yeah, and then also my American road trip, which I'm really excited. That gives me butterflies as well when I think about it. And I want to say thank you so much for all the recommendations and all your comments on my last vlog. They're all definitely on my list of places I want to check out. I saw some talking about, what was it? Portland, Oregon. Definitely want to check out that place. I'm thinking my first trip, I would actually like to go and see the redwood trees in California. Just because the Ewok in me needs to see them. So I definitely want to check out. And I'm thinking, I don't know if there's any way I could get up to there, you know, Oregon and that place. I would love to go there in autumn, because I would love to see Halloween in the States, because you guys go all out and it looks like so much fun. And yeah, and then I don't know, like somebody was talking about North Carolina, that you guys have fireflies there, so I'm thinking, but definitely on the list places I want to go. And yeah, definitely want to go to Louisiana as well and try some Cajun food, because I love Cajun food. It's delicious. Maybe have one of those beignets in New Orleans, and yeah, there's other towns around there I definitely want to visit. And yeah, if you guys are around there, we should definitely go meet up at a diner. That's something I want to do. I want to go to a diner, eat a burger with a milkshake, and you know, and have somebody come and fill up my coffee cup and be like, here you go, ma'am. And also, I want to say, I found this amongst my dad's stuff, and it is, oh, where is it? USA road trip hints. So this is also kind of what inspired me a little bit to one day go back to the States and, yeah, go on a road trip. Because, yeah, if you live here, or my dad lived in Colorado for, I would say, almost 20 years. He was a ski instructor in Beaver Creek. And I was lucky enough I got to go to the States quite a few times growing up. And it was amazing. I remember the first time we went to the States. I was 13. It was in the late 90s, and it was still such a difference between the States and Europe back then. So everything, it blew my mind. I mean, especially this one magical place, you may have heard of it, called Walmart. It blew my mind as a kid. I was like, wait,
hang on a minute. Are you telling me I can get my groceries, so ice cream, milk, a bit of chocolate, and then I can get a CD player, a shotgun, a boogie board, and a t-shirt with glow-in-the-dark wolves on? But forget Disneyland.
I remember as well when we visited his apartment, and you guys had the phones without the cords, because we didn't have that. Well, the rich people had it, but cordless phones. That was amazing, and we got to like run around the whole apartment, like talking about mom on the phone, like, oh, guess where I'm now? Oh, in the living room. Guess where I'm now? You know, and when we got to order pizza to the house, what? I felt like a Ninja Turtle. I was like, yo.
I'll have some extra pepperoni, cheese, and all the anchovies. I don't know what an anchovy is, but they never wanted it in the movie, so we're not hung up on that.
And then when the guy came with the pizza to the house, we were like so excited. We were like, oh my gosh.
Freedom is free.
And the continent itself is stunning. Like, I remember driving around in Colorado and the canyons and stuff, and it was just amazing. And yeah, so I'm gonna follow some of this as well. Say this road trip, I don't know when it'll happen because I am not a wealthy woman. But I'm working on it, and I'll just see what opportunities arise, basically. And I'll definitely bring you guys along on the road trip. I'll bring some board games, and then maybe we can play some board games in a diner somewhere. I think that would be really cool. Gosh, I feel like I've talked a lot here. I hope you guys are still there. Huh? Yeah, lovely to connect with you guys again. I absolutely adore you all. I hope you guys are doing well. I wish I could give you guys a hug, but I'm reaching through the screen, you know, giving you guys a little hand squeeze. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna cook some dinner for me and my flatmate, so I was thinking I'd invite you guys around for dinner. I'm gonna make some meatballs, I was thinking, with some roasted veggies, because it's autumn now, so it's cozy food time. So I've got some cheese as well. You know where the cheese at the end, it crumbles and you don't know what to do with it? I was thinking I could make some meatballs and stuff the cheese in the middle and make some roasted vegetables. I've got some sweet potato and carrot. I tried to find some parsnip, but there isn't any. And I'm gonna make some homemade gravy as well. And yeah, because that's what autumn's all about, man. Cooking some good food and eating it. So, and then I was thinking after that I could do some painting. And yeah, you guys are the best company, so yeah. Join me. Come and grab a plate. You know, virtually, not vertically, virtually, vertically. Virtually. Welcome.
Explain it later.
Hey guys, so this is a little bit later. Filming this a little bit later, as I had such a bad cold as usual, and that took me a while to recover. But I'm back to normal now. I can actually hear my voice, so I'm excited to do some painting and some painting, as I said. And I kind of wanted to just take a moment here to show my little autumnal setup here. I'm actually really proud of it. Yeah. I want to show these. These are super cute. I went to get a massage actually, which feels very fancy to do. But yeah, I had a really bad shoulder, so I had to kind of go and relax those muscles, and yeah, and then they had these in the the reception area, and I commented on them, and they said I was welcome to take some, and so yeah, that's really kind of them. So yeah, I think they're actual pumpkins because you can kind of, I think you can, maybe not this one, but yeah. So I thought this was really cute, perfect for autumn, and yeah, that's what I'm really excited about as well. That's maybe why I'm turning quite the page right now. I feel very part of a community right now, and it's really nice. Like, these people are really nice to give me these, and I've actually been, I've lived here like for such a long time now that people are starting to recognize you. Like, I've got people waving to me saying hello, hi, how are you doing, and that's really nice. It's so awesome. It really makes my day, and that's something that's really cool. When you live someplace a bit longer, you actually get to know the people, and my area is a bit smaller, so it's not a massive town, and I don't know, it's really nice. I get really excited and happy. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So I wanted to show what I kind of wanted to paint. I've been a lot back and forth. I wanted to paint my poor Patreons. I want to say hello to you guys, because I believe I had some ideas, and then I don't know, life kind of took me away. I never really got down to painting the ideas, but I really have an idea now, because I wanted to use this as inspiration again, because the last time, in the last vlog, I used this as inspiration, and I painted for this one, which is the Desert Pearl. For those who haven't seen it before, This is the Beads of Life. It's a Swedish, like, kind of almost like a rosary kind of bracelet. And each pearl kind of represents something different. Now, I don't know if you're, you know, it can be also for life. It doesn't have to be within the church or anything. I mean, I find it quite comforting just as a life reminder, if that makes any sense. But just to go over briefly, this one represents, well, God. But then these pearls are the prayer or silent pearls. And this pearl represents the self. This one represents baptism or like rebirth. This is the desert pearl where like you can maybe be a little lost. It's you're searching your purpose. Yeah, imagine the desert, like it's hard. It's yeah. And then this one is the blue pearl, which represents carefree. Yeah, you're not carefree. Serenity, joy. And then these are the two love pearls, receiving love and giving love. And then these are the beads of secrecy. I'm thinking in Swedish, hemlighetspennorna, basically for like prayer, family and stuff. This is the death, this is black pearl and it represents death, but that can be actual death, but also mostly probably symbolic. So death of dreams or plans or, you know, things like that. And then this pearl is resurrection. So, you know, rising up after death. And that can also be like, you know, maybe something didn't work out. You know, the idea or dream died. But so then something else comes of it. And I kind of wanted to paint for this one, you know, as I painted this one last. So I thought it would be alright, just, you know, suiting. I can't talk today, sorry. I thought this would suit. Because, yeah, I feel like you need to have some serenity after that. And I've taken to, my thoughts on it are, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a serenity of everything around you. It's more like an inward serenity, because I think where I was before, which I was trying to maybe articulate before, is I've been kind of going through it, if I'm honest. Nothing too serious, like, so again, I don't want anyone to worry or be upset, but yeah, I feel I've been kind of going through it this year. I feel like I've almost been kind of a bit like speed grieving or something, where I've just kind of, it's been a condensed emotion. This year has been like, I've been going through the emotions of the last 15 years, if that makes any sense. Where I was just, yeah, kind of going really through it, ups and downs, which everybody does, where I was kind of not in a good place. Well, I would say physically and mentally, and I kept holding on to the hope that, oh, as soon as I get this goal that I thought was important, like a career in animation and the house with the kitchen, the practical magic house and the dog and the car, then I'll be happy and complete and, you know, find serenity and feel safe and feel complete. And I think maybe it sounds so dramatic because, you know, it's not over yet, you know, you never know, but I feel I'm kind of letting that go, and I think that's bringing me a lot of inner peace, is trying to let go of the things I can't control, because I can't control, you know, jobs. You can always lose the job, unfortunately, or or plans can fall through. You should always try and do your best to, you know, achieve your goals, but, you know, not base your happiness on, as soon as I get this, as soon as, for instance, oh, as soon as I achieve this, then I will allow myself to be happy and worthy, and then I can really enjoy it. So I'll just have to wait, you know, as soon as. And now I'm kind of like letting that go and being like, nah, moment is now, man. And yeah, I like that it's blue, because that's kind of how I felt before, because I felt like I was in the storm, a stormy ocean, but I felt like I was in the water drowning. Whereas now I feel like I'm on a surfboard and I'm able to sort of surf the storm, because life happens. It's never just smooth sailing. Well, you have the lulls, but you know what I mean. And sometimes it'll get you down, but I feel like you're able to sort of surf it a little bit more, where you're not desperately trying to control it. Doing a little mime work with my hands here. But yeah, so that's the inspiration for the painting. I'm also doing it for fun, but just kind of my thought process behind it. And yeah, because I feel I'm really coming out of it and on the other side now. I mean, and I'm coming back to my old self, and I'm excited to do more vlogs, because yeah, I think I just needed a really long break. Not that this is not fun to do, but and I feel like I'm kind of maybe going through it. I do tend to retreat a bit. But yeah, I'm excited to do this again, because it's so much fun. It's so relaxing. Oh, but before I start, I kind of want to show you guys. This is the. Oh yeah, it's recording. This is the I guess the letter, or no, the list I found amongst my dad's stuff. And yeah, so it's USA road trip hints. Yeah, and this again kind of inspired me for the road trip. I want to go through Europe as well. I mean, I want to go over the world, because again, I just love things, and not things, but I love exploring the world. And yeah, I don't know when I'll be able to do this, but it's something to think about. But yeah, so he's got loads of hints here. I've got LA to Vegas, Grand Canyon, Amarillo, en route overnight parking at Walmart, 24-hour store. Let's see, and then you got NASA, and then New Orleans. So it's definitely on my list too. I'm deviating a little bit from the list, but definitely gonna check these out as well. I thought it was kind of funny. There was a bit here about that I used to have a hoot listening to talk radio, especially late night. All the Fruit Loops phone in. The first time I listened, I thought it was a spoof. Then I realized that these folks were meaning every word. You'll hear about UFOs, abductions, and people being taken over by the organ that had just been transplanted, or they had just had transplanted. Last time I had to stop the car, I was laughing so much. So yeah, I don't know if that's still a thing. And I don't want to upset anyone if they... But that's my dad, who didn't really sugarcoat anything. So yeah, just kind of want to share this as kind of reason behind my road trip idea. And yeah, I definitely think I'm going to try, go to see the redwood trees. I feel I need to check them out. And just to be a little Ewok for a day or two when I'm there. And yeah. And oh, I have to show this card as well. My family sent from Sweden. I think it's so cute. It's my birthday soon. My birthday is in October, which is the best month to have a birthday. And I got this cute little card. I love these little cats. It makes me think of Marga, and of course the flowers. I love these pop-up cards. I'm easily entertained. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And the colors are so nice. And yeah, I don't know, I kind of wanted to share this, because I thought it was really cute. They also got me a present, and I decided I'm not allowed to open it, of course, until it is my birthday, so So I'm excited to see what it is. I am spoiled, that is for sure. Alright. Okay, so let me see. So, what I wanna try and paint, sketch today is, hang on, let me get my pen. What I wanna try and sketch today is inspired by a little fox I saw chilling while I was out walking. It was so cute. So I was walking along the kind of cliff sides we have here. That's like, so you have like the beach, and then you can have like this greenery cliffside, and you can walk up along there or along the beach, and they have these like zigzags. It's really nice. And I was walking along there, enjoying the view, and then I see a little fox doing the same. So I thought I'd paint that because I thought it was really cute. Like, we were both little earthlings at that moment. They were a fox, I was a human, but we were just both enjoying the view at the beautiful blue ocean, and I thought it was really cool. So me and the fox stood there for, I'd say, a good 10 minutes just looking out at the ocean. Nah, maybe, yeah, 10 minutes. And it was nice. That's something I think is really cool with, I don't know, nature and animals. Like, it wasn't bothered at all that I was there. Like, why would I start trying to do anything? And I think it's cool also, like, when you think of animals, how quickly they can come to trust us and like us. I mean, most animals at least. I mean, I saw once, well, of course, on the internet, I guess you gotta be careful what's on there, but somebody giving a shark a belly rub. Now, how cool is that? That we're able to do that as humans. We walk on this earth and we're able to connect with different beings. And yeah, I think that's really cool. I mean, that's the upside of being a human. I think it's just funny how we just seem to have the urge to want to cuddle everything. I mean, we do have a very destructive side, so I don't want to deny that, but I thought it was really funny as well. I think I saw, and there was some sort of video as well where there was a crocodile and somebody booped its nose. I thought it was really cute. Yeah, humans, huh? Now I'm just doing this kind of loosely based on an image, and just trying not to overdo it, overthink it. Just gonna get the general shape when I'm, yeah. I kind of want to have a nice big sky as well, because I want to have I'm just trying to think in the color scheme a little bit, because I love how in the photo you can kind of see it's got a very nice green and sandy color, if that's right, in the grass, and then you have a nice blue. I'm gonna give it a nice deep blue here, and you've got the blue mountains at the back, and then I thought blue sky, and then you've got the pop of the orange from the fox. Yeah, I just thought it was quite striking. So I think it'll be quite a stylized fox, because yeah, not the best. See? But yeah. So I think I'm gonna be using the gouache for this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use gouache for this, as it's very forgiving. So if I'm making mistakes, which I generally do, I can paint over it. And also I just like the brightness of the colours. And yeah, I'm going to continue sketching this and have my coffee. And yeah, get this painting sorted.